Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about what is new in this update because the servers are finally up. Alright, so the very first thing I want to go over are, of course, the freebies. Today is PSO2 day, so you want to go to receive item account over here, and you will get 50 star gems as well as a bunch of goodies if you're free to play. If you're premium, you get another stack, so basically 100 star gems total, which is very, very nice. Now, with that out of the way, the next thing I want to talk about is, of course, Leciel Exploration, as Leciel Exploration did get a rework. As you can see now, all the enemies in Leciel Exploration is level 100, and the featured items are, of course, all of the Klirodim weapons, as well as the Klirodim Almaty and Klirodim Almaty CV. Now, it is your best interest to run the new Leciel Exploration as much as you can to get the new EX Augments. As you can see, all of the EX Augments have been upgraded to the level 2 versions, including the previous ones. As you can see here, I have Tri-Shield 2 now instead of just the regular Tri-Shield. Even Tough Mine has been upgraded to 2, and of course we have HP Lively Starling. So this is the upgrades that I've used so far, and the reason why you want to upgrade to the level 2 variations of the EX Augments is because it gives a lot more potency. As you can see, it actually gives you 5.5% potency per EX Augment versus the level 1 EX Augments, which you get from the Aerodim weapons, that only give you 4.5%. So you gain an additional 1% potency per EX Augment, so it's definitely in your best interest to farm the new Leciel Exploration in order to get a bunch of Klirodim weapons. They drop like candy, by the way, but you want to keep farming it until you get that perfect combination of the 3 EX Augments that you want. Now, while I was farming this yesterday, a ton of people were asking me, Kara, what is your ideal combination? So my ideal combination would be EX Tough Mine 2 X variant, EX Tri-Shield 2 X variant, as well as EX Tri-Shield Follow 2 X variant. The reason why I want the Tri-Shield Follow 2 is because it actually reduces the cooldown time for the Tri-Shield. As you can see right now, this generates 3 shields that negate enemy damage, but there is a 120-second cooldown after all the shields are lost. With the Tri-Shield Follow 2, it actually reduces this cooldown from 120 seconds down to 90 seconds, and on top of that also gives me damage reduction and gives me 10% additional healing, so that is also really, really nice to have. So all of my EX Augments that I personally prefer are defensive, so they're not really going to be increasing my damage that much, as I'm really just gaining the extra 1% potency from all of them, but nevertheless, that is what I prefer for my personal playstyle. Now, there are a lot of new options that you guys can pick in order to gain more damage. I believe the critical one is really good. There's one that gives you like 100% crit chance on normal attack, and then there's a follow-up for that where it gives you like an additional attack and increases your potency whenever you critical strike. So there are some really, really nice EX Augments out there, so you definitely want to farm as much as you can in order to get the right combination. Personally, I advise against buying EX Augments on the player market right now unless you have a very specific one, and of course you have a bajillion Meseta, because the prices of a very specific build are probably going for many, many millions of Meseta right now. Alright, the next question I've been bombarded with is the new legend rarity weapons, are they actually in the game? And the answer is yes, they are in the game. Yes, they are slightly better than our Acosalia weapon. As you can see, this one's fully enhanced. It gives 1,257 attack versus our Acosalia, which gives us 1,252. So we are getting 5 additional attack stat on top of that. Now, as for the weapon potential, as we can see here, potency plus 47%. With weapon sheath, you will obtain 2 stocks after some time. Use all stocks when attacking for additional attack. Generate a support area around you for 30 seconds. Extra attack potency and support area range depends on the number of stocks used. These effects occur for 30 seconds for you and your party members in the support area. Damage resistance plus 20%, increased photon blast gauge when attacking by 20%, and PP auto accumulation plus 50%, and all of these effects start after 10 seconds of being equipped. So this is not a fast switch weapon. You do need to have it on you for more than 10 seconds before you start generating these stocks. And then there's another thing where your weapon actually has to be sheathed, which means you can't actually attack. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. But nevertheless, this does seem pretty powerful. Now, of course, the next question is, all right, Caro, so they are in the game. Where do we get them? So this is the difficult question. So far I've only heard it being dropped in the new Leciel Exploration. So even though it's not in the featured items over here, it's only Klirodim weapons, people said that they did get it from Leciel Exploration, but it is an incredibly low drop rate. So this is the only place that I've heard it drop. However, if you've seen it drop somewhere else, please let me know in the comment section below. Alright, next up I want to talk about the Braver update. So first of all, if you are a Braver, especially a Katana Braver, you need to go to the Learn Class skill tree over here and go to your Braver tree and learn this skill over here, After Combat PA Extension. This is very, very important as a lot of your damage is actually going to be increased because of this skill alone. So what this skill actually does is when you activate Brave Combat, you need to hit the enemy 30 times. After you hit an enemy for more than 30 times, when you end Brave Combat, your next 4 attacks on your katana are immediately going to do a skip arts to the level 3 version of that photon art. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to hit an enemy 30 times, you're going to end Brave Combat, and then for your next 4 PAs, you're just going to do PA Enhanced Normal Attack, PA Enhanced Normal Attack 4 times. And it greatly increases your DPS potential as a Braver, especially for my Katana Bravers out there. As for the Photon Bow over here, it gives you attack impact gauge accumulation will increase for Photon Bow PAs, excluding Dimensional Ray when charged, and it actually affects 6 times, which is also pretty nice. However, personally, I feel like the Katana definitely got the better end of the stick over here, as just being able to go immediately into your 3rd charge of your PA is just really, really powerful, because they also changed the numbers for your Brave Combat Short Cycle over here. As you can see, Brave Combat Short Cycle for me is maxed out at level 5, and if we look all the way on the far right over here, you can see shortens the effect of Brave Combat, but also shortens the cooldown time. So Brave Combat normally lasts a lot longer than 20 seconds. However, I've realized after practicing and just messing around with the Braver, you can get 30 hits very, very easily within the 20 seconds, especially if you're just spamming a ton of different PAs, or you're using Iris Gale or Silverleaf Storm or just Lotus Lightning. You're going to get more than 30 hits on an enemy very, very easily in under 20 seconds. So 20 seconds is more than enough in order to get your 30 hits so that you can activate the After Combat PA extension, so that you get those empowered normal attacks very easily. Now, the benefit of maxing out Brave Combat Short Cycle is the cooldown for Brave Combat is also greatly reduced to 40 seconds. So essentially this means every minute you can activate Brave Combat, because remember, the cooldown is 40 seconds, but the 40 seconds doesn't start ticking down until your 20 seconds ends. All right, so basically 40 plus 20 equals 60, so every 60 seconds you can activate Brave Combat. This is very, very powerful, and it is going to take a lot of practice to get this into your muscle memory, but essentially every time Brave Combat is available, you want to activate it, especially if you're a Katana Braver, because after you end it, as long as you've hit something for 30 times or more, your next 4 Katana PAs are immediately going to skip arts to levels 3, and you're just going to deal massive amounts of damage, which is very, very nice. Now, another question a lot of people have been asking me is, hey, is the Klirodim weapons actually better than the Acosalia weapons? And the answer is no. As you can see over here, the Klirodim weapon does have lower attack by 5, so you just get less attack stat. However, the weapon potential is pretty interesting. You get 41% potency, 5% crit rate, plus 10% damage resistance, minus 10% PP consumption, and the down factor to the enemies plus 10%. So it is pretty nice to have. However, personally, I don't think it is necessary to upgrade to the Klirodim weapons, because again, the Klirodim weapons don't have any discounts or any enhancement boost campaigns going on for it. So making a Klirodim weapon is going to be awfully expensive to upgrade it all the way and limit break it, and unlocking the weapon potentials and all of that, it will be a lot more expensive versus making an Acosalia weapon where you get a ton of discounts. Now, speaking about Acosalia weapons, if you're a returning player or a new player, you can purchase a lot of this gear right off the bat by going to the shop over here, going to the treasure shop, and right here you can purchase Trisalia weapons. Now, do keep in mind that they do rotate. There are different weapons over here. As you can see, I've got a Trisalia rod, machine guns, daggers, and boots, so I don't have a katana here. However, the important part over here is the fixas also rotate. They're not all just fixa attack 3s. They're actually different different every single time, and you can only purchase one copy. So for example, the Tristasis armor over here with the Performa level 3, let's say that I wanted it, you can see that I can only purchase one. If I try to buy more than that, it won't let me. It says over here can purchase up to one per account. However, the thing is you can refresh this once every day as a free-to-play and twice as a premium member. So let's say that we needed the Tristasis armor. So we're going to buy the Tristasis armor, and what we can do is we can refresh. I'm like, oh, there's no katana. I need a katana. Let's refresh this. Boom. Oh, look at that. We now have a katana with a Fixa Termina 3. So, let's say that we just need the katana for a placeholder because, we want to make our Akko weapon. We just need a weapon. We can buy this right off the bat, and you'll notice that, hey, the armor has also refreshed. There's another Tristasis armor VO, so you can purchase this again. However, I know a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, Karo, but I don't want the VO. I want the Vita, or I want, whatever armor. That's not a big deal as well, because what you can do is when you head over to the item trader over here and click on equipment upgrade augment transfer, you can scroll down a little bit and you can select which Akko Stasis armor you want. So let's say that we want the Vita armor, right? We're gonna click on this, and then you're actually gonna find which armor you have. So for example, the Tristasis armor Vita, or the Tristasis armor VO, depending on which one you got from the treasure shop, you can turn it into an Akko Stasis armor Vita. So as you can see over here, the one that we bought from the treasure shop was actually just a regular Tristasis armor, right? This is not a Vita, this is the balanced version. Well, we can actually change the balanced version of the Tristasis armor into the Vita version of the Akko Stasis. And voila, we now have an Akko Stasis armor Vita. So remember our Tristasis armor, which was the balanced version, we made it into a Vita. So this is incredibly powerful because basically all you need to do now is just buy any 3 armors from the shop over here, and then you can upgrade them into the Akko Stasis version of whatever armor type that you want. Now, do keep in mind that you can only refresh this once per day if you're free to play, twice per day if you're a premium. So you can just keep refreshing this until you get the weapon that you actually need, as well as the armor that you actually need. Now, there is something that I need to point out with the items available over here. Even though they do give you a nice fixa and all of that stuff, but they are not enhanced, they are not limit broken, and they do not have the weapon potential unlocked. However, this is not that big of a deal because of the boost campaign over here where you get 90% off on everything. But there is a catch over here, and that is the 90% off on everything does not count in the item exchange shop. So when you buy your Trisalio weapon and you're trying to make it into the Akko Salio katana, for example, you are going to actually need to pay the full price over here of your Evolvolt 1s, 2s, 3s, as well as your pro grade grinders, all right? You will need your 150 Evolvolt 3s, 300 Evolvolt 2s, as well as 450 Evolvolt 1s. There is no 90% discount on these materials. The 90% off only applies to the item lab, so item enhancements, limit breaking, unlocking weapon potentials. This is where all of the discounts will kick in. As you can see, they are highlighted in yellow. Now, for all of my friends who don't know where to get the Evolvolt 3s as well as the Estavance 3s and all of the other materials over here, do not worry, the answer is very, very simple. All you need to do is farm the new Leciel exploration. You get 3 per run of everything, basically. Well, you get more of the Evolvolts 2s and 1s as well as the pro grade grinders, but you do get 3 Evolvolt 3s as well as 3 Estavance 3s every single run by running this. So yeah, just go crazy, farm this, because you're killing multiple birds with one stone. You'll even earn up to 100 star gems as well as a bunch of cosmetic items by running Leciel exploration. As you can see here, I already cleared it more than 15 times because I farmed the living daylights out of it yesterday. Now, I know a lot of you guys are waiting on the Braver guide. Don't worry, I'm currently working on it. It will be out in a few days.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.